Hello, welcome to Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft. This is Richard, and I got a request when I did my EDC pocket dump on my wading walk, and I was asked to show what's inside my fishing kit, my 10 emergency fishing kit. So let's go find a spot somewhere where I can sit down, I can zoom in a little bit, and we can focus in on what's in this kit. So thanks for coming by, and let's get this going, guys. Alrighty, so let's get this started. So right off the bat, you see that I've got this Ranger band, which is nothing more than a bicycle inner tube that I cut up and made a bunch of nice, really sturdy rubber bands out of. These things are fantastic to have, and I try to have a few of them with me wherever I go. This little tin here says mint teas, retreat, tea mints for relaxation, lemongrass. This is beat up, as you can tell. It's been used a lot. I got this at Disney a trip or so ago at the Chinese pavilion, and my wife and the other Disney nerds aren't going to like it, but I don't remember the park, but it's the one that has all the different countries. So whichever one that is, I was at the Chinese one, and I got these mints. And to be totally honest, I didn't really care about the mints. I was just wanting this tin for this particular purpose. And to be totally honest, the mints really weren't that good. So I tried a couple of them. They weren't that good. And as a matter of fact, I think I threw them away. So let's open this up. Alrighty. And this stuff is in no particular order. So right off the bat, up here on the top, you see two earplugs. And I use these as bobbers. These make nice little bobbers. So a couple earplugs for bobbers. As you can see here, I have some pipe cleaner, and these make really nice twist ties. These are 3 inches long or thereabouts, but I really use these as fishing lures. And what I do, and I can show you a little better here in a minute, but what I do is I wrap these around hooks, and I make fishing lures, artificial fishing lures out of them. So I have a yellow one, a black one, a red one, and a green one, because you never know what the little fish around your area is going to want. So I try to get me several different colors. Alrighty, let's get this stuff out here. This is just a bunch of fishing line, and I believe that it's spider wire, and I don't remember the test, but it's pretty thick, it's pretty heavy. But a little bit of spider wire wrapped up in some tape, and that's wrapped with a bread tie. I love bread ties. Bread ties are fantastic survival gear, and I always try to have bread ties with me. So this is just some fishing line. Again, more fishing line. This is thinner, but it is spider wire, and I love spider wire. This can be used not only for fishing, but for trapping and for securing stuff. This is like an all-purpose item. So more fishing line. Also, whoop, hey, a leaf just fell. There we go. And a leaf. That won't go in my kit though. So I have several. Ooh, let me pull this stuff. Yes. I've got some plastic lures, and one of the problems with some of these plastic lures is that sometimes in my pocket and stuff when I'm walking around, it gets hot and they tend to melt a little bit. So if you're going to put plastic lures, little small ones like this, in these kind of kits, just be forewarned that in advance that if you really carry this with you all the time, these do tend to melt and they will get all over your gear. As you can see here, let me try to pull these beads off here. I'll get right back with you. Alright, so I also carry with me 2 small pantyhose. These are like just the little feet ones. They're not very big. I get these at shoe stores. But as you can see right here, this was a fishing lure that melted. But I use these for containers, just to carry stuff. I also use them for purifying water, all kinds of stuff like that. You can also use them as tea bags. There's tons and tons of stuff. But in the fishing kit that I have, I use this for when I catfish and I'm using bait like that, and I stick it inside this pouch here, and then I tie it off so the bait's inside here. That way the catfish can't necessarily get my bait as quick, and it just helps me keep my bait longer. So I keep a couple of those. So we'll set those back there. Now these little red beads, I could put these on line by themselves with a hook, and these represent like fish eggs and things of that nature. And I have caught fish off these things. So you don't need any bait, live bait or anything else. These act as like artificial lures. So I keep in several little red beads. And then of course the plastic, very small plastic worms. I always like to have an assortment of those. Like I said, sometimes they do tend to melt if they get really, really hot. But having them in there really helps with not having to catch live bait and use it if you don't have it or if it's not around. So also here I have 4 small sinkers. I carry 2 swivels, and I love these things. These are fantastic for when you want to switch baits around and you don't want to always cut your line. I love these things, so I carry 2 swivels with me. Regular hooks, and these are somewhat small because small hooks will catch small fish. Small hooks will catch big fish, but big hooks won't catch small fish. So always have small hooks, and that way you can catch small and large fish. So a little pack of hooks. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3. Looks like there's 4 of them in there, wrapped up in some tape. And lastly, I have some of these jig hooks. Now, as I was saying before, these are what I use the pipe cleaners for. And all I do is I take them like this and I wrap them around, and it creates a nice little jig that's a really nice fishing lure. And you don't have to worry about catching bait. You can just use those. And if you're fishing, let's say, you're fishing with the white one with yellow on there and you don't seem to be catching anything, take that one off and toss another one on. Let's try the green one. Wrap it around there until it gets around down to here, and go for fishing with that one. So these are really multi-use baits, and you can really adjust to the conditions of your area with it that way. So that's my small kit right there. There we go. So we have the container, which is a tin that had mints in it, and then this very, very small kit here. But this is something that I carry with me pretty much 24/7. If I'm outside my house, well, I shouldn't even say that. Let's put it this way. If I'm clothed, I have this with me. If I'm wearing clothes, this kit is with me anywhere I go. So thanks for watching Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft, and enjoy the outdoors, even if it's just your own backyard. Alrighty, so I also want to say that I'm anticipating that somebody is going to ask me to use this on camera and do a little bit of fishing with it. So I will make sure, I won't do it on this video because I've got other things I've got to do today, but I will make sure that I pull this out one day. I go out somewhere, I'll go down where I did the wading. I know there's a lot of fish there, so I'll go down there and I'll hook this up and we'll do a little bit of fishing with just this kit right here, and we'll see how it works in real life. So again, thank you for watching Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft, and enjoy the outdoors, even if it's just your own backyard.